What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King, aka first name Rage, last name is him. Back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, actually, y'all, please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rebel Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, as you see right here on your screen, ain't no optical illusion, ain't no black magic, ain't no Photoshop. This is the real deal, Holyfield, and real spill. Per comicbook.com, James Gunn, you know, the face of the DC franchise. As far as when it comes to movies, the writing, you know, different TV shows, what have you. Everything involving DC Comics. James Gunn confirms talks with NetherRealm, NRS, you know, the makers of Injustice and Mortal Kombat. Rocksteady, with NetherRealm and Rocksteady on new DC games. So we got an article here giving us the details as to what this title holds, or what this title entails. So without further ado, I'm gonna stop running my trap and it's time to read and react. Let's get it. DC Studios heads James Gunn and Peter Safran have confirmed talks with Rocksteady and NetherRealm on brand new DC video games. In the world of gaming, it's one field with potential for big franchises like DC and Marvel. It becomes a cliche, but it is the medium that allowed Warner Brothers to market the Batman Arkham games with the tagline, "Be the Batman," on top of obviously being a lot of fun to play. They allow for new stories, these kinds of characters, and ones that really engage the players. Batman Arkham really ushered in a brand new era for superhero gaming and paved the way for games like Marvel, Spider-Man, and more. I'm gonna just say this before we continue. Don't forget about your boy Superman. He definitely deserves his own open world game if done right. I'm just saying. But let's continue. A new Wonder Woman game is in the works, and we're still waiting for some other great DC characters to really get the superhero treatment. I'm not gonna lie, even though I am a huge fan of Wonder Woman, if it's gonna entail all that woke bullshit, go on, keep that. I'm gonna just be honest with you. You can't tell me that people would much rather have a Wonder Woman game than a Superman open world game. That's just my personal opinion. And I'm pretty sure if you took a poll, people would much rather have a Superman open world game than a Wonder Woman open world game. I'm just saying. The Flash reportedly had a game canceled after the dismal performance of the character's recent live action film, but hopefully the speedster will get another chance down the road. As always, Warner Brothers always seems to be investing in Batman as a new game is reportedly in the works at Rocksteady. Though details are scarce on the project and likely will be a number of years, however, a big piece of James Gunn's DC's efforts revolves around a cohesive universe across film, TV, and gaming, which really hasn't been done before. James Gunn hasn't really offered any specifics on what this could look like, though. It may mean more games that continue the story from the movies or run parallel rather than retell them like a movie tie-in game. However, it seems like things are actually in motion now. James Gunn and Peter Safran spoke to press at a recent DC Studios event that Comic Book attended and shed some light on how things work in the gaming sector. The two confirmed that they've met with Injustice developer NetherRealm and Batman Arkham developer Rocksteady about future DC projects and how they consult on these different games. We work incredibly close with JB Peretti, who runs that division, says Safran. It's really the first time it's ever been this way at Warner Brothers. James and I will sit with the guys that run the studios under JB, whether it's NetherRealm or Rocksteady. We sit with them and we talk about characters and stories that we're interested in and that they're interested in. We see designs for the projects in their very earliest stages, said Gunn. We talk about those, we talk about what the story might be, and we'll say, well, you maybe want to go this way because we're planning on maybe doing something with this character. So that means listen to this man, NetherRealm. If you got Peter Safran and James Gunn, the faces of the DC universe, listen to them. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. When you let them have full range of control of DC characters, them motherfuckers do not miss. They do not miss, bro. Look at shows like Creature Commandos. Look at the show they did with Peacemaker. Y'all can say what y'all want to. Peacemaker's a funny ass show. It's a hell of a show. If you have not watched it, you should. You understand what I'm saying? Amongst many other things. So NetherRealm, Rocksteady. When James Gunn and Peter Safran are talking and they tell y'all they want y'all to go in this direction, listen to them. And you will not miss. That game will sell. And if you program it right, that game will be fun to play. We are still talking about the Batman Arkham Asylum series 10 years later. Still talking about it. Don't y'all want that longevity with every game y'all put out? If you do, listen to Peter Safran and listen to James Gunn. And you will not be disappointed. The fans will not be disappointed. That's just my personal opinion. Let's finish this off. As for when we'll actually begin to see what the video games in the DCU look like, Gunn confirmed that it will be a couple of years from now. He didn't suggest or tease what may be, but hopefully it will be a Superman game. Since the character hasn't been in his own video game in nearly 20 years. All the more reason for y'all to give Superman an open world game over Wonder Woman. Plus, he's a more popular character. It would be great to see Superman in his own video game that bridges the gap between James Gunn's first film and a potential Superman 2 in the late 2020s. Perhaps that's a bit too optimistic, but it does seem like something James Gunn would want to do since he's an avid gamer and clearly cares a lot about the beloved character. As for which studio should make it, it's anyone's guess. Give it to Rocksteady. Give it to Rocksteady and point them in the right direction. Because I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to open world games, that's not something NetherRealm Studios. Not saying that ain't nothing Ed Boon has ventured in, because you can go back and look at Shaolin Monks and things of that nature. You know, Special Forces, even though that game was pretty bad but I credit that game for being bad for the time it was in. And it was the first time they really tried something new. And then they bounced back with Shaolin Monks. You can say what you want to. Anybody that's played Shaolin Monks or experienced Shaolin Monks, you know that MK Shaolin Monks was a badass open world game. It really was. It was a badass open world game. That's a game that's over 20 years old that I would still play to this day if I had access to it. So I would give it to Rocksteady because I don't trust NetherRealm Studios with an open world game like that. I just don't. I just don't. I'm going to just be completely honest with you. Either way, it's great to hear how actively involved Safran and Gunn are. Hopefully, it will lead to better, more consistent DC games. After the Arkham series, DC has been in a rough state. Fans have been waiting for Injustice 3 for almost a decade, and both Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League were quite rough. All the more reason for you to listen to James Gunn and Peter Safran. We already know more Batman games are in the works, but it would be great to see other DC heroes get some great games. And that is where we're going to cut the video off right there. So with that being said, I'm going to just say this. I do think that they should go with Superman next because he's the more popular character. People have been waiting for Superman. And this is not to say Wonder Woman don't have her own popularity, but if you're comparing Superman to Wonder Woman, you're gonna get more traction out of Superman than you are Wonder Woman, and that's just the nature of the situation. That's just the reality of the situation. This is not me. Oh, you just sexist, bro. I'm a fan of Wonder Woman. I am, but I'm just a bigger fan of Superman. A lot of people are bigger fans of Superman than they are Wonder Woman, and there's less likely of a chance in the Superman game we won't have to deal with this woke BS that y'all been trying to shove down our throats for the longest time, and nobody's buying that shit, all right? So if y'all are smart, listen to Peter Safran, listen to James Gunn, and just do a Superman game. I'm not even saying don't do an Injustice game. I think y'all should do both. I do think that I do think that the big gap that we've gotten between an Injustice 2 game versus the next Injustice game or the next big DC superhero game, I think that this break was much needed because now look at the demand for it. And I know people are going to say, oh, we need a break for Mortal Kombat. And you're making my point. Because everyone knows that next game is going to be a Mortal Kombat game. It just is. It sells better than Injustice. It sells better than the Batman Arkham series. It just does. Mortal Kombat, and I've made videos on this earlier last year, when I said that Mortal Kombat is a forever franchise. Ed Boon come out and said that Mortal Kombat is a forever franchise. And it is. It truly is. It's going to sell better than the DC superhero game. It just is. It's just the reality of the situation. However, in this situation, you could take from the next game of Mortal Kombat. I think after the next Mortal Kombat game that y'all release, that's when y'all take y'all break from Mortal Kombat for a couple years and then focus on getting the DC games back out there. It's time for DC games and DC superheroes to make a comeback. And I think after the next Mortal Kombat game, that will be the perfect time to do it. The perfect time to give Mortal Kombat a rest for a little bit, especially after Mortal Kombat 1 and all the issues that it's had. Don't even get me started. I've got a long catalog of videos talking about everything wrong with Mortal Kombat 1. And in this case, because of that, the demand for DC games has risen, which is exactly what you want. Now all you got to do is listen and execute. You listen and execute, then you got the game that's going to sell like hotcakes. It's going to sell like hotcakes if done right. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this. As long as y'all may respect and logical, we can have a conversation. But that's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed. It's been a pleasure making it for you. Rage King will catch you in the next one. Now, hashtag that. Enough said. Goodbye.